All right, to get this going here, we're going to take this toward Firefly today, or Tittibhasana. So, a lot of work in the hips, definitely working to the hamstrings, the inner thighs quite a bit as well, so be ready for that. We'll get to the full pose at the very end of class and do as much as we can to prepare before we get to that point. But I do have to do 2 demonstrations before we start. So as usual with this flow, we're going to start each sequence with a series of frog hops. So just to go through this very quickly, you're going to start in your downward facing dog. And we're going to hop this forward 3 times. Now, you can bring it up high and take it toward inversion. You can keep things low. The thing is to lift your hips and pay attention to where my feet are as far as what you want to do and how daring you might be coming into this. Now, if you want to keep things pretty low to the ground, you're going to look forward, take an inhale. With the exhale, bend the knees, hop this forward, and then land on your toes with the heels lifted and the knees out wide. My feet only lifted within about 6 inches up off the floor. Just get your hips up in the air. You're using this to warm up your hands and arms and get into the hips as well. So just keep that in mind. If you're going to take this toward inversion, go ahead, bring it up higher. So the other extreme would be this. You're going to take an inhale, and then with the exhale, just bend the knees, look forward, hop this forward, and still land this slightly, land on your toes, and land with your knees wide. We're going to do that 3 times each round, and then we'll move into the sequence from there. So just keep that in mind. That is at the very beginning of the flow. Now at the end, we're going to take this basically toward the flying lizard variation, or the flying lizard setup for crow, and you're going to have the option to take this to a half firefly position, which is certainly not easy. And if your hamstrings are tight, don't worry about that too much. It's going to be very hard to extend one leg forward, but just work that as best you can. But coming into the setup from here, and keep in mind the reason that we're coming into this is basically to engage the inner thighs. So just get into the setup and see how far you want to take things from there. So you're going to walk things in a forward fold. And then you wrap one of your legs around one of your arms. So my left leg's going around my left arm, left foot between my hands from the front. The right knee is just going to touch my right arm from behind like crow. Now, before you do anything else, just press in your palms, lift that front foot. So I'm lifting my left foot, and I'm just going to squeeze my left arm with the left leg. And that is really what you're after here to get into the inner thigh. You can stay right here, and this is plenty. Just breathe into this. If you're going to balance it fully, look forward and lean. And then see about lifting your back foot up as well. This is plenty as well. You can just stay here. And if you want to take it to half firefly, then everything's going to have the same sort of engagement, but rather than having that front leg wrapped around, you're going to try to extend forward and reach for the big toe. And there's nothing easy about doing this, especially if your hips are a little bit tight. Work that as best you can. We'll take it through the vinyasa from here. You can just step things back to plank, or maybe pull up into crow and fly it back into chaturanga. There's nothing easy about that either. But if you want more of a challenge, there's always something else you can throw in there just to add to how far you can go with things. So just feel things out and see how far you want to take things today. So to get this started, go ahead, bring yourself to a seat. And there's a few things you can do here. Now you can just keep it simple and take a regular cross-legged seat, but let's see they're on the same page. Bring your right leg first and then the left leg in front. And to see that you can sit this up tall without having to use your hands. You want to be able to tilt your pelvis forward and make sure you can stay upright without a whole lot of effort. Now, if your hips are real tight, the knees are up high, if you really have to round your spine here, slide the feet forward a little bit, maybe let the knees go wide, and that should help you rotate the pelvis forward. And on the other hand, if your hips are a little bit more open, if you want to take this a double pigeon, here's the other option. You can bring the left ankle up onto the right thigh. So your legs are still crossed. Now, whatever position you end up in, curl the toes of both feet. Keep your feet tense. Keep your feet pressing down. And before we go anywhere else, let's go ahead and take this into the outer left hip. So turn toward your left knee, and if you can, bring your hands down on either side of your left leg. And then just back and forth as much as you can. Fold down toward your left knee. You don't have to go deep. And then lift back up. Again, fold down toward your left knee. And then lift up. Again, fold down toward your left knee. Lift back up again. Fold forward toward the left knee. And then come back upright. One more time. Fold down toward your left knee. And then lift up one more time. And then just turn to center. Fingertips out to the sides. And just keep yourself upright like this and keep the feet pressing down. Now relax your shoulders toward the floor. Reach the top of that toward the ceiling. Keep your chin pulled in. And just close your eyes. So just take a moment to settle in like this. Let your mind quiet down. And start to deepen your breathing here. So with your inhales, pull in as much air as you can. Fill up your lungs. Hold on to all that breath at the top. When you exhale, constrict the back of your throat. So slow your breath down on the way back out. And just work to make your exhales last at least as long as the inhales as you breathe. When you're ready, take an inhale. And with the exhale, just open your eyes. And then just bring the hands down behind you, lean back and reverse the cross. Bring your left leg in first, right leg in front. And again, you can just take it as a regular cross-legged seat, so you can lift your hands and sit up tall. Maybe slide the feet forward, maybe let the knees go wide. If you took double pigeon on the other side, go ahead, take it here. And for that, you bring the right ankle up onto your left thigh. Now, whichever version you're in here, keep the toes curled, keep your feet pressing down. Turn toward the right knee, ideally hands on either side of your right leg. And then just fold down, bring your chest down toward the right knee. And then just lift back up. Again, fold toward the right knee. And then lift back up. Bring yourself down toward the right knee again. And then lift up. Fold down toward the right knee. And then lift up here. One more time, fold down toward your right knee. And then one more time, lift. Now keep the legs as they are, just turn to center again, sit this up tall, and then go slow. With an inhale, reach your arms up high. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Inhale, reach this up again. Exhale, hands through heart center. Inhale, arms up high. Exhale, through center again. And then once your hands are down, set the hands down behind you, lean back, undo the cross of your legs. Now, feet in front of you about hips width distance apart. Keep the hands well behind the shoulders, about shoulder width. Fingertips out to the sides, right and left. Go ahead, bend the elbows. Pull your shoulders back. Push your chest forward. Keep your chest open. And with your knees bent, just fold the knees over to the right and then over to the left and go back and forth with your chest still pushing forward. Now, the next time you bring the knees down to the right side, just press down. See about lifting your hips up off the floor. And then set yourself down. Bring this through center. Bring your knees over to the left. And then see about lifting your hips up again. And then come back down and bring this back into center. Now, once you come back to center, walk your hands in, sit this up tall. And let's just squeeze everything in. Take hold of your knees, pull the thighs in toward your chest, lean back. And as you curl yourself in tight, lean back enough to take the weight off your feet and just balance here on your sit bones. Now keep the thighs pulled in. Try to hold your torso upright as much as you can. No gap between your thighs and your torso, ideally. And then try to keep your position. Now release your hands, bring them out to the sides of your legs. And then bend the knees and bring the shins up toward parallel with the floor. Now still sit this up tall, but bring your hands into heart center. Keep your low body as is. Keep the legs as they are. And then slowly just twist this side to side. So turn your chest open to the right as far as you can. Come through center. And turn over to your left side. Back through center. Over to the right again. And then turn through center over to the left here. Bring it back through center over to the right. Keep it steady. Come through center over to your left side. And 2 more rounds. Keep the legs as they are and turn right again. Back through center. Turn left. 1 more round through center. Turn over to the right side. Back through center over to your left 1 more time. And then just come back into center. Now sit this up tall. Hands on either side of your legs. Draw the thighs in close again. We're going to go back and forth from here to kneeling to warm up the hips. So lower the right foot behind your left leg. Roll forward. Right shin down. Left foot down. Now you can bring your hands down. But press up to kneeling and then press the hips forward when you're up. Pull your belly in around your spine. Come down light. And bring your legs together. Other side, left foot behind the right leg. Roll forward, left shin down, right foot down. You can use your hands, but come up to kneeling and press the hips forward. Pull your belly in, round back down, and bring your legs together. Now, if you can, try to just reach forward and use your core. You can always bring the hands to the floor if you need to, but right foot behind your left leg. Roll forward, lean forward, lift, press the hips forward. Pull back in, round your spine, bring it all the way down. Left foot behind the right leg. Roll forward. Lean forward. Lift hips forward. Pull back in and round. And come back down. Right foot behind your left leg. Roll forward. Lean forward. Lift. Press your hips forward. Pull back in and round. Bring it all down. Left foot behind the right leg. Roll forward. Lean forward. Lift hips forward. Pull back in and come back to your seat, back to boat. Right foot behind your left leg, roll forward, lean forward, lift, press the hips forward. Come back in, bring it back down, legs together. Left foot behind the right leg, roll forward, lean forward, lift hips forward. Pull back in, come back to your seat, back to boat. Right foot behind your left leg, roll forward, lean forward, lift hips forward. Pull back in and bring it all down. And then left foot behind the right leg, roll forward, lean forward, lift hips forward. Pull back in and come back down. Now just take it back into boat, bring your legs together, still sit this up tall. And then as you hold this, reach forward between your knees, take hold of your big toes. Now keep the knees and your feet out wide, a little wider than your hips. And then pull in so you can sit up taller still. Try to bring your torso toward vertical. Now this is enough. You can just keep this position. If you can take it further, maybe lift your feet a little bit higher. Maybe extend your legs even more fully, but still sit this up as tall as you can and just breathe here. Now take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just release. Cross at the ankles, roll forward the hands, and find all fours. Go ahead and move around. Stretch your hands, stretch your fingers, let the shoulders and hips just shift around a bit. And let's go ahead, take this further into the hands and the wrists. Now keep your hips stacked over your knees, but slide the hands right in front of your knees. And flip them over, backs of the hands down, palms up, the fingertips point toward you. Now spread your fingers out wide, dig your fingertips down into the floor, press your spine up toward the ceiling. And maybe to stay here and sway the shoulders side to side, you can always take most of your weight to your legs if you want to go light on the hands. Now if you can take things further, come into center and go forward and back. Shoulders forward, pull the elbows underneath you. And then lift back up. And keep on moving forward and back like this. Now you don't have to go down deep. Just bending the elbows at all is definitely going to intensify the stretch. Just take it to where you can. And then the next time you straighten your arms, try to take things a little bit further. Step the right foot forward past the right hand. And then here, still go forward and back. Shoulders forward, elbows in. And come down inside the inner right thigh. And then the next time you straighten your arms, go ahead, set your right knee down and switch this out. Bring your left foot forward, up into the left outside your hand. And then again, shoulders forward, elbows in, sink down inside your left leg. And then the next time you straighten your arms, just go ahead and set that left knee down. Now come up onto the fingertips, keep the hands close like this, and just flip them over. So back, and so palms down. Rotate your fingertips to the side, and then try to point your fingertips in toward your knees. Spread your fingers wide, dig your fingertips down, press your spine up toward the ceiling. And then from here, the same thing we did before. Bring your shoulders forward, bend the elbows toward each other underneath. And then come back up to straight. And keep going back and forth like this. Now try to keep your gaze forward. Make sure as the elbows bend, they move toward each other. And maybe take it down a little bit deeper as you're moving back and forth here. Now the next time you bring this forward, stay forward and keep the elbows bent. Try to rest your weight on your arms. Fingertips still pressing down. Just hold here, keep the hands tense. And then just move one leg at a time. Extend your right leg over the left and reach to your big toe far as you can. And then bring that right knee down. Extend your left leg over to the right, reach to the big toe. And then set the knee down on the floor. Right big toe over to the left again. Bring the knee back down. Left big toe over to the right. And then set the knee down. Right big toe over to the left one more time. Bring the knee back down to the floor. Extend your left big toe over to the right one more time. And then set that knee back down. Come up onto the fingertips. And then down to sitting on your heels and take a moment. Shake your hands out. Loosen your fingers and loosen your wrists. Now from here, stay sitting on your shins. Big toes point toward each other. Bring the knees out wide, wider than your hips. We're going to take this into some bridging from here. Now I want you to walk your hands back. Hands behind the shoulders, about shoulder width, and try to stay light. Try to stay in your fingertips. Now to make this work, be sure you kick your feet down and squeeze your glutes as you press up and forward. And let's go back and forth. So kick into the floor. Squeeze your glutes. Let your head fall back. And then sink all the way back down. Kick into the floor. Squeeze your glutes and lift up. And then come back down again. Kick into the floor, squeeze your glutes, hips up high. Bring it back down. Kick into the floor, squeeze your glutes, lift up one more time, hold here. Now keep your feet pressing down, keep your glutes tense. If you can go further, hover your fingertips up off the floor. And then come all the way back down. Now from here, let's take it side to side. Left hand stays down. With an inhale, sweep your right arm left and lift your hips. Exhale, come back down. With the next inhale, sweep your left arm right. Exhale, bring it back down again. Inhale, sweep your right arm left. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, sweep your left arm right. And then exhale, come back down. Inhale, sweep your right arm left one more time. Hold here. Keep your hips pressing forward. Let your head fall back. As you stretch to your right arm, kick into the right foot. Try to lift the right knee up off the floor. And then bring all this back down. The other side with the next inhale, sweep your left arm right. Open up and hold here. Stretch your left arm long. Let your head fall back. As you kick into the left foot, try to lift your left knee. And then bring this back down. Walk your hands forward, come into all fours, move around. And stay loose. And then let's take this a little bit further into the hips. So when you're ready, come into a lopsided setup. So that's going to be right forearm on the floor, but stay on your left hand. Right elbow to the side. Move your right hand to center. That forearm is diagonal. Slide your left hand back, stack the elbow above the wrist and keep it pulled in. Put the weight to the right knee. Hover the left and keep your left knee bent. Now left knee to the side. Lift it up high. Fold your leg back in. Left knee to the side, high as you can lift. Fold the leg back in again. Left knee to the side, lift it up high and hold here. Now keep that left hip lifted and then extend the left leg straight out to the side. Bend the knee and pull the heel in close. Left leg straight out to the side again. Bend the knee and pull the heel in. Left leg straight out to the side. Bend the knee, pull the heel back in. Left leg straight out to the side. Bend the knee and pull the heel in. One more time, left leg straight out to the side. Hold here. Keep that hip up high. Keep lifting the foot. And then set your left knee down. Come up to all fours. And go ahead, move your hips around a little bit. Keep things loose. Let's take it on the other side. When you're ready, come down to the left forearm and stay on your right hand. Left elbow to the side. Left hand moves into center. That forearm's diagonal. Slide your right hand back. Stack the elbow above the wrist and keep that elbow pulled in. Put the weight to the left knee. Hover the right and keep your right knee bent. Now right knee out to the side. Lift it up high. Fold the leg back in. Right knee to the side. High as you can lift. Fold back in. Right knee to the side. Can I keep it lifted high and hold here? Now extend your right leg straight out to the side. Bend the knee, pull the heel in close. Right leg straight out to the side again. Bend the knee and pull the heel back in. Right leg straight out to the side. Bend the knee, bring the heel in. Right leg straight out to the side again. Bend the knee and pull the heel in. Right leg straight out to the side. Bend the knee and bring the heel in. Right leg straight out to the side. Now keep it here and keep the leg lifted. And then set the knee back down. Come back up to all fours. And again, move around for a moment. Now from here, rather than facing toward the front of your mat, I want you to make a 90-degree turn. So turn to the left and face the long edge. And we're going to take this into a sideways movement here. Now as you're facing out to the side, just set your hands on the floor about shoulder width. And we're going to take a really low version of a crow setup. So I want you to slowly come up onto the toes of both feet. And stay low, heels lifted, but bring the knees wide outside your arms and squeeze the legs into your arms. You want to feel the inner thighs engaged. Now keep that contact with the legs pressing in. Now just look down, stay low, and hover your hands up off the floor about an inch or so. And let's take this sideways. Bring your hands over to the left, and then lean your weight forward, bring your feet to the left. And just keep on moving your weight forward and back, but you're moving to the side of the mat, toward the back of the mat. And take it all the way to the back. Now once you come all the way to the end, take it the other way. Walk the hands toward the front of the mat, and then let the feet come forward. Let your weight shift from the hands to the feet, and you're moving about 4 to 6 inches each time. And just keep the knees pulled in. Keep the inner thighs active. Once you make it all the way to the front, reverse direction again, move all the way to the back. Now keep your legs squeezing the arms. And again, just try to find the rhythm of the movement here, moving forward and back, taking the hands and feet sideways. And then once you come all the way to the back, reverse direction one more time, and just take it back to the center of the mat where we started. You should feel some burning, at least a little bit in the inner thighs. And just go ahead and release. Come down to all fours. Once you're in all fours, just turn toward the front of the mat again. And then we'll take it down into dolphin. So bring both forearms down. Now you can have the forearms parallel with the palms on the floor, or you can bring the palms together, whatever suits you best. Keep the elbows pulled in so that they stay shoulder width, and keep your hands pressing down. Now tuck the toes of both feet. Lift your knees and bring your hips up as high as you can. See about walking the feet forward, further forward, and keep your hips high. Now with your hands pressing down, just go back and forth moving from the legs. So bend your knees and dip down, touch your knees to the floor, and then lift back up the dolphin. Bring your knees down for 2, lift back up. Bring the knees down for 3, Lift this up again. Bring the knees down for 4. And then lift back up. Bring your knees down for 5. Lift back up again. Bring your knees down for 6. And then lift back up. Bring your knees down for 7. Lift back up. Bring the knees down for 8. And then lift back up. Bring your knees down for 9. Lift back up again. Bring your knees down for 10. Lift up one more time. You're still in dolphin. And we're going to take it from here into a baby crow. Now keep your hands pressing down. Walk the feet in closer. Heels are lifted. Let your knees bend. Bring the thighs in toward the sides of your ribs. And then target the knees for the armpits. You're trying to touch the upper arms. Now if you can find that contact, keep looking forward, keep leaning forward. Work to lift your feet up off the floor. And then go ahead, release. And come back to hands and knees. Now once you're back to all fours, just take a moment here, breathe, move around. And you can stay here and breathe, take another stretch, but when you're ready, tuck your toes, straighten your legs, lift your hips, and find your downward facing dog. Now once you move into your down dog, take a look at how you set this up. Hands about shoulder width distance apart, flatten your palms, and feel some weight toward the base of your thumbs. Sink your chest low to the floor, and as your chest sinks down, reach your hips up as high as you can toward the ceiling. And just keep that long upward reach. Pull in through the belly, round the low ribs. Use your core to help lengthen out your spine. If your hamstrings are tight, if your legs are tight, just bend the knees. You can let that tension go. You can always pedal out and keep moving side to side. When you're ready here, take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just bend the knees, look forward, step to the front. Let's take a ragdoll fold. Now feet about hips width distance apart, deep bend in the knees. Let your belly touch your thighs, let your head hang, let your spine round. Let everything go long and loose and let the muscles of your neck relax. Now you can hang your hands to the floor, maybe reach to opposite elbows, and you can shake it side to side even further. And then when you're ready, just release any grip that you have. Keep your knees bent to begin, but then restack your spine, round it up to standing, bring your head up last, and then just open up your palms at your sides. Now when you're ready here with an inhale, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, just bring your hands down to heart center. Now take a moment to breathe, set an intention, let your mind clear, find your focus. Take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, just release your hands. Now with the next inhale, reach this up high. And with the exhale, slowly fold this forward. Hinge at the hips. Start with a straight spine. Put a little bend in the knees. Keep your core engaged. Move smoothly. And then release at the bottom. Now with an inhale, lift up halfway. Fingertips to the floor. To the shins, lengthen forward through the crown of your head. And then bring your hands to the mat. Let's step it back to high plank. Now find your shape. Wrist at the shoulders, palms pressed to the floor. Press the floor away from you. Press your spine up toward the ceiling and keep that lift. Take an inhale. And with the exhale, slowly bring your shoulders forward as your elbows bend. Keep your body in line. Elbows pulled into your sides and lower with control all the way down into your belly. Now once you're down, flatten the feet up behind you, hands under the shoulders, elbows into your sides. Let's take it up and down through low cobras. With an inhale, just peel up your head, neck, and chest. Exhale, roll back down. Inhale, peel this up again. And with the exhale, lower. Inhale, peel up one more time and stay lifted here. Now keep the lift in your upper body. Press your feet down, squeeze your glutes. And then take some or all the weight out of your hands. Pull the elbows to your sides, draw the shoulders back, look forward. And lift it up higher. Take an inhale. Exhale, roll this back down. Now hands under the shoulders, elbows in at your sides, press the palms to the floor. And let's take it to upward facing dog. So with an inhale, straighten your arms. Now pull your chest forward, let your hips hang, stay on the tops of your feet. Keep your legs active and lift your knees. To take it further, kick your feet down, squeeze your glutes and pull the hips forward to deepen and lengthen the arc all through the front. Now lift with the arms, lift with your shoulders, keep your neck long, keep your chest pulling forward. Deep inhale. With the exhale, pull your belly in, hips high, back to down dog. Paddle out, let your hips move side to side. And let's take it through the sun salutations here, steady movement. Take a deep inhale. Now with the exhale, bend the knees. Look forward, step or float to the front. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale to standing, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, fold all the way back down again. Inhale, halfway lift. And with the exhale, hands to the mat, chaturanga's next. High plank to low. Now with an inhale, open up your chest, lift your gaze up, dog or cobra. Exhale, pull your belly and hips up high to down dog. And we'll take 2 more rounds. Take an inhale. Exhale, bend the knees. Look forward, step or float. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to standing, reach us up high. And then exhale, bring it back down. Inhale, half lift here. And with the exhale, hands to the floor, high plank to lows next. With an inhale, open up, pull forward. And with the exhale, draw it all in and bring your hips back up. One last time, take an inhale. With the exhale, bend the knees. Look forward, step or float. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold down. Inhale to standing, reach us up high. And then exhale all the way back down again. Inhale, halfway lift here. And with the exhale, set the hands. Chaturanga. With an inhale, open up, pull forward. And then with the exhale, draw it all in. Bring your hips up. Find your downward facing dog and just breathe here. All right, now from here, we're going to start each sequence with those frog hops. So again, you can take it up high or keep it low, but land on your toes, land with the knees wide, and land lightly and silently as best you can. Now take an inhale. With the exhale, bend the knees, look forward, hop it forward, land light, and then step back, hips up high. Deep inhale. With the exhale, bend the knees, look forward, hop this forward. Step it back again, hips up high. One more time, take an inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward, hop this forward. And this time stay at the front of the mat. Now put the left foot down between your hands, that'll be your base. Pull the right knee to your chest. Take hold of your right knee and come up all the way to standing. Now once you got your balance, just breathe here for a moment. And then when you're ready, we're going to take it to a standing twist. So right hand to your right hip, left hand outside your right knee. Now just stay tall through your spine. Pull the right shoulder back and open up your chest to the side. And this is good enough right here. If you want to go further, maybe reach your right arm back. Further still, you can bring that left hand to your right foot and extend the right leg. Now keep yourself up tall. Keep your twist. Keep breathing here. Still balancing. Take an inhale. With the exhale, just turn to center. Hands to your hips, right knee still lifted. Switch it out. Set your right foot down and come to standing with the left knee high this time. Now dig the right big toe down into the mat. Once you got your balance here with the left hand, hold your left knee and pull it out to the side. Now just keep your left hip open. Keep the toes pointed down. We're going to go back and forth hinging with an open hip. Now I want you to keep a little bit on your right knee. Keep looking forward. Hinge on the right hip. Bring yourself toward a halfway fold. That left knee stays out to the side. And then just take it slow. Come all the way back upright with the hip still open. Again, hinge on the right hip. Bring yourself down toward halfway. Just take it the way you can. And then back up the vertical with the left knee still to the side. One more time. Hinge on the right hip. Bring it down toward halfway and hold here. And just breathe. And I want to take it from here to a pyramid stance. So very slowly. Step your left foot back 1 pace behind the right, about 3 feet. And then just set this up. Now feet about hips width distance apart so your hips are still squared. Both legs straight, both feet flat, left foot points aside a little bit. Pull the right hip back, left hip forward. And then bring your hands to your low back, palms open, fingers wide, shoulders pulled back. Keep the elbows wide and keep your chest open. And then take it toward a halfway fold. So hinge from the hips, lead with your chest. Keep looking forward, come down toward halfway. Bring it all the way back upright. Again, hinge from the hips. Bring it toward halfway down again. And then all the way back up. Hinge from the hips. Come down toward a halfway fold. Keep your chest open. Lift back up again. And then hinge from the hips and bring it down toward halfway. Hold here. Right hip back, left hip forward. Keep your gaze forward. Keep your chest open. And keep breathing. Now as you hold this, with an inhale, reach your arms straight behind. Exhale, reach the arms forward. Keep the fold. Inhale the arms back again. Exhale, reaches forward. Inhale, arms back. Exhale, reach forward again. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, forward. Inhale the arms back. Exhale forward one more time. Now right hand to your right hip, bend the right knee, bring the left hand to the floor. Revolved half moon, lift your left foot, extend the left leg straight back. And then lift your right shoulder, look to the right and open up your chest to the right side, find the twist. Now you can stay low and bend the right knee or straighten the right leg. Maybe open up and reach your right arm high. If you want to bind it, bend your left knee, reach with the right hand, find your foot, and you can kick into your hand. And just take your twist, keep your balance. Take an inhale. With the exhale, release both hands down, left foot down behind you, low lunge. Let's go ahead and take it down lower. Left knee down, left foot flat behind, sink your hips down, press them forward. When you're ready, open this up. Reach up and back, gaze up high, and let your hips sink low to the front of the mat. Now just breathe here. Find that length on the left side from the left knee through to the shoulders. Keep your left foot kicking down, and just keep breathing here. Now with your next inhale, press into the right foot and stack your hips over your left knee, look forward. Bring your hands to your low back again, palms open, fingers wide, elbows stay wide, keep your chest open. And we'll take this into a half split setup. So lift the toes of the right foot, point them up. Slide the right heel forward and straighten the leg. Dig the right heel down, rotate that big toe towards center. Pull the right hip back, left hip forward, and keep your hips squared. Now back and forth here to a halfway fold. Hinge from the hips, lead with your chest, come down toward halfway, just to where you can. And then bring yourself back upright. Hinge from the hips, come down toward halfway again. And then lift back up. Hinge from the hips, bring it toward halfway down, and hold here. Now from that fold, just release the left hand, bring it down to the floor inside the right leg. And lift the right shoulder. Pull the right hip back, left hip forward. You can bend that right knee if you need to. If you can go deeper, bend the left elbow, sink further down. Deeper still, with the left hand, take hold of the outside edge of the right foot. And maybe pull the left shoulder further down and lift that right shoulder higher. Look for the stretch on the back of the right thigh and keep breathing. Now take an inhale. And with the exhale, bring both hands down either side of that right leg. Bend the right knee, pull the right foot back. Step the left foot forward next to the right forward fold. We'll take it right into that flying lizard setup. So I want you to wrap your right leg around your right arm. Right foot between your hands from the front, set the palms down. Bring the left knee to touch your left arm from behind. Now to come into this, lift the right foot and squeeze the right arm. And just keep that tension. This is enough. If you're going to balance it, lean forward to lift your left foot. And if you want that half firefly, see about maybe extending that right leg forward, and that will not be easy. And then go take it through your vinyasa when you're ready. Once you find your down dog, move around here and breathe. All right, let's take all that on the other side. So back to the frog hops, again, high or low. Take an inhale. With the exhale, bend the knees, look forward, hop this forward. And then step it back, hips up high. Deep inhale. With the exhale, bend the knees, look forward, hop forward. Step it back again, hips up high. Deep inhale. With the exhale, bend the knees, look forward, hop this forward. And then stay at the front. Now put the right foot between your hands. That'll be the base this time. Left knee to your chest. Take hold of your left knee, come up all the way. Now slow your breathing down. Press that right big toe into the floor. And then once you're ready, come into that standing twist. Left hand to your left hip. Right hand outside your left knee. Pull the left shoulder back, open up your chest to the left, and keep yourself up tall. Now if you want to go further, maybe reach your left arm back. Further still, right hand to the outside edge of the left foot, and maybe extend that leg. Still balancing. Turn back to center. Left knee lifted, hands to your hips. And switch feet. Bring the left foot down, come to standing with that right knee lifted. Now once you got your balance here, just keep the left hand on your hip. With your right hand, hold the right knee and pull it out to the side. Keep the toes pointed down. Now back and forth hinging here again. So just put a little bit on the left knee, keep looking forward. Hinge from the left hip, bring your torso toward halfway down. And then come back upright with that right hip still open. Just take it slow. Again, hinge left hip, come down toward you, halfway fold. And then bring it back up to vertical again. One more time. Hinge from left hip, bring yourself down toward halfway, just stay here. And now let's take it to that pyramid stance. Release the right leg. Step that foot behind you about 3 feet. It's about 1 pace or so. So about 3 feet front to back. Still hips width distance side to side so your hips are squared. Adjust your stance. Both legs straight, feet flat. Right foot points to the side a little bit. Right hip forward, left hip back. Now hands to your low back, palms open, fingers wide, shoulders back, elbows wide. Keep your chest open. And then hinge from the hips. Bring it down toward halfway and keep looking forward. And then come back up the vertical. Again, hinge from the hips, lead with your chest, come down toward halfway, and then lift this up again. Hinge from the hips, come down toward that halfway fold and just hold here. Keep looking forward, keep your hips squared. With an inhale, reach your arms behind. Exhale, reach this forward. Inhale, the arms back again. Exhale, reach this forward. Inhale, arms back. Exhale, forward again. Inhale, reach behind. Exhale, forward one more time. Now left hand to your left hip, bend the left knee, right hand down to the floor. Revolved half moon, lift the right foot, extend that leg straight back. Lift your left shoulder, twist open to the side. You can keep it low and bend the left knee. Maybe straighten that left leg if you can go there. Maybe open up and reach your left arm high. Try to find the twist. If you're going to go deeper, bend the right knee, reach with your left hand, find the foot, and kick into your hand. Take an inhale. Exhale, release. Both hands down. Right foot down behind your low lunge. Take it lower. Right knee down. Right foot flat behind. Sink your hips down. Press them forward. When you're ready, open this up. Reach up and back. Gaze up high. Now let your hips sink low toward the front of the mat. Right foot kicking down. Feel that tension. Long stretch from the right knee through the shoulders. Keep breathing here. Now take an inhale. And then press into your left foot, stack the hips over your right knee, and bring your hands to your low back again. Palms open, fingers wide, shoulders back, keep your chest open. And take it as a half split. So lift the toes of your left foot, slide that heel forward, straighten the leg. Dig your left heel down, left big toe rotates in towards center, and keep your hips squared. Now again from here toward that halfway fold. Hinge from the hips, lead to your chest, look forward, come down toward halfway, and then bring yourself back upright. Hinge from the hips, come toward halfway down again, and then lift back up. Hinge from the hips, bring it down toward halfway, stay here. And then release the right hand to the floor inside your left leg, lift your left shoulder. Pull that left hip back, you can bend the knee if it's too intense. And if you can go deeper, maybe bend the right elbow, sink further down. Maybe reach the right hand to the outside edge of the left foot and draw the right shoulder down with that left shoulder still high. Just take things to where you can go. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, both hands down to the floor around your left leg. Now bend your left knee, pull the left foot back, step the right foot forward next to the left forward fold. And then let's go ahead and take that flying lizard setup. Wrap your left leg around your left arm. Left foot between your hands from the front. Right knee goes to the right arm from behind. Lift your left foot and squeeze the left arm. You can stay with this. If you're going to balance it, lift your right foot, lean forward. If you want the half firefly, see about extending through that left leg. Just take things to where you can go here. And then take it through another vinyasa. Once you find your down dog, move around here. Let's take it to the next sequence. Again with the frog hops. Take an inhale. With the exhale, bend the knees. Look forward, hop this forward. Step it back, hips up high. Deep inhale. With the exhale, bend the knees. Look forward, hop it forward. Step it back, hips up high. One more time, take an inhale. With the exhale, bend the knees. Look forward, hop this forward. And then stay at the front. Now the left foot's between your hands. That's your base, right knee to your chest. Take hold of your right knee, come up all the way. Now once you got your balance, hands to your hips, move into a figure four. Right ankle crosses your left thigh. Now curl the toes to the right foot, keep the knee to the side, bend your left knee, just sink down. And then let's take this toward a twist. Now as you look forward, reach your right arm out wide. And then slowly bring the right arm across your body. Right arm in contact with the sole of the right foot somewhere. You don't have to go too far. If you can take it further, maybe slide the arm further down. Keep looking forward and keep your left shoulder high. If you want to take it further still, maybe reach up through that left arm and draw the shoulder further back. Legs are still pressing together. Keep looking forward and keep breathing. Now slowly, with an inhale, bring yourself upright. Hands to your hips, right knee lifted. And then switch this out. Set the right foot down, come to standing with your left knee high. Now once you got your balance here, left hand to your left knee, pull it out to the side. Just keep the right hand on your hip. And we'll hinge back and forth with that hip still open. So bend the right knee. Hinge from the right hip, bring yourself toward halfway down and keep looking forward. And then back up the vertical, left hip still open. Again, hinge from the right hip. Bring yourself toward halfway down again. And then all the way back upright. One more time. Hinge from the right hip. Keep that left hip open. Look forward and hold here halfway down. And then we'll take it from here to half moon. Left hand to your left hip. Right hand down to the floor. And then just extend your left leg straight back. Stay open to the left side. Left shoulder and left hip higher than the right. You can bend the right knee. Maybe straighten that leg. Maybe reach your left arm high. If you want to bind it, bend the left knee, reach with your left hand. If you find that foot, kick into your hand and stay open. Keep everything stacked open to the left. All right, take an inhale. And with the exhale, release. Both hands down. Bring your left knee down to the floor. And once you're down, I want to set this up for a kneeling warrior two. Now slide the left foot to the other side of the mat. So the left shin is crossing parallel to the short edge. Now you're open to the left side. Everything's vertical from the left knee up. And set the right foot up so the right heel's in line with your left knee. Now you can walk that right foot further out if you want. Just be sure it stays flat. Keep your left foot pressing down, hips pressing out to the side. Take a half bind, left arm behind your back, palm facing away. Pull that shoulder back. Right arm reaches forward, palm open toward the ceiling. Keep both feet pressing down. And then with an inhale, reverse. Reach back, lean back, gaze up high. Exhale, extend it forward. Keep looking up. Inhale, reverse this again. Exhale, extend. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extend one more time. And then inhale, reverse and hold here. Keep looking up, draw the left shoulder back. Now as your left foot kicks down, if you want to take it deeper, bend into the right knee, sink into that right hip, and maybe lift the right heel up off the floor. Keep breathing here. Now take an inhale. And with the exhale, just release. Bring both hands down to the mat. Now go ahead, pressing your palms, come up onto the left foot as well as the right. And while you're folded, set your legs up for a horse stance. Heels in, toes out, bend the knees, bring the hips down, low thighs toward parallel to the floor. And then walk your hands up onto your thighs and bring yourself toward upright. Now with your spine up tall like this, go ahead, bring your hands to your low back, interlace the fingers, pull the palms together, keep your shoulders pulled back and keep your chest open. And without moving anything else, just lift your right heel up off the floor and set it down. Lift your left heel. Set it down. Right heel up again. Set it down. Lift the left heel. Set it down. Right heel up and hold here. Now as you hold this, just pulse the hips down and up on my count. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set the heel down. Put the weight to the left foot. Come to standing with your right knee high. And bring your legs to an eagle bind. Right leg crosses tightly over the left. Squeeze your legs together. Let the hips sink down. You can always touch the right foot to the floor. Now keep your shoulders pulled back, but if you want to go deeper, you can hinge from the hips. Bring your belly toward your thighs. Maybe press your knuckles toward the ceiling. Try to keep looking forward. Now slowly, with an inhale, bring yourself upright. Straighten your left leg, lift your right knee. Now pull the right knee out to the side, step it to the front of the mat. Both hands down, left foot forward, next to the right, forward fold. And let's go ahead and take it back to that flying lizard setup. So right leg around your right arm, right foot between your hands from the front. Left knee goes to left arm from behind. Lift your right foot, squeeze the right arm, maybe stay here. You can lean forward, lift the left foot as well. If you want that half firefly, extend the right leg forward. And then when you're ready, go ahead and take it through another vinyasa. All right, let's even all that out on the other side. From your down dog, take an inhale. With the exhale, bend the knees. Look forward, hop this forward. Step it back, hips up high. 2 more times, take an inhale. Exhale, bend the knees. Look forward, hop forward. Step it back, hips up high. Deep inhale. With the exhale, bend the knees. Look forward, hop it forward. And then stay at the front. Now set the left foot down between your hands, that's your base. Or no, actually set the right foot between your hands, that's your base. Left knee to your chest. Take hold of your left knee and round this all the way up again. Now once you're up, just dig your right big toe down into the floor. Be sure you're still balanced. And then hands to hips, take this into a figure 4. Left ankle crosses your right thigh. Curl the toes, left foot sink into the stance. And then reach your left arm wide. Take the twist. Slowly, as you look forward, left arm crosses your body. Bring that left arm in contact with the sole of the left foot. You don't have to take it too deep, but pull the right shoulder back. If you want to go further, slide that left arm down. Maybe reach your right arm high. You're still looking forward, still balancing here. Now slowly, with an inhale, bring yourself upright. Hands to your hips, left knee lifted. And switch it out. Set the left foot down. Come to standing with the right knee up. And once you find your balance, just dig down into that left big toe. Now with the right hand, take hold of your right knee. Pull it out to the side. Let's go back and forth hinging here again. So bend the left knee. Hinge from the left hip. Lead with your chest. Come down toward halfway. And then bring yourself back up the vertical. That right knee stays out to the side. Again, hinge from left hip, bring it toward halfway down again. Back up the vertical with the right hip still open. One more time, hinge from left hip, come down toward halfway and hold here. And we'll take it into half moon. Just bring the right hand to your hip and left hand down to the floor. Extend the right leg straight back. Now keep your body open to the right. You can always bend your left knee and stay low. Maybe straighten the left leg. You can take it further. Open up, reach your right arm high. And if you want to bind it, bend the right knee, reach with your hand, and take hold of the right foot. If you have the grip, be sure to kick into your hand. And stay open to the side. Just keep breathing here. Take an inhale. Exhale, release. Both hands down. Bring the right knee all the way down to the floor. And let's set up for that kneeling warrior 2 on this side. So go ahead, slide the right foot to the other side of the mat. So the right shin is parallel to the short edge of your mat. Bring yourself upright. Everything's vertical from the right knee up. Line the left heel up with the right knee. And you can always walk that left foot further out as long as the foot stays flat. Now take a half bind. Right arm behind your low back. Palm facing. Keep the shoulder pulled back. Reach your left arm forward. Open up the palm toward the ceiling. Back and forth. Inhale, reverse. Reach back. Lean back. Gaze up high. Exhale, extend this forward. Keep looking up. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extend. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extend. Inhale, reverse this. Exhale, extend. One more time. Inhale, reverse, and hold. Pull the right shoulder back. Keep looking up. Now try to take it deeper. Bend that left knee. Sink into your left hip. Maybe lift that left heel. And keep your right foot kicking down. Keep breathing. Take an inhale. With the exhale, release both hands down to the floor. Press into your palms, come up onto the right foot as well as the left. Let's take that horse stance. Heels in, toes out, bend the knees, bring your hips down low. Walk your hands up onto your thighs. And just bring your torso upright. Keep the hips low where they are. Hands to your low back again. Find the grip that feels strange. Reverse the interlace. And keep your shoulders pulled back. Keep your chest open. Now as you hold from here, just without moving anything else, lift your left heel. And then set it down. Lift your right heel and bring it down. Left heel up again. Set it down. Lift your right heel and then set it down. Left heel up one more time. Hold here. Keep your knees wide. And then pulse the hips down and up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set the left heel. Put the weight to the right foot. Come to standing with your left knee high. And once you got your balance, take the eagle bind. Left leg crosses tightly over the right. Squeeze the legs together. Let your hips sink down. You can always touch that left foot to the floor. Keep your shoulders pulled back. Maybe hinge from the hips. You can bring your belly toward your thighs. Keep looking forward, but maybe press your knuckles toward the ceiling. Now with an inhale, slowly bring this upright, left knee lifted. And then bring that left knee out to the side, step the left foot to the front of the mat. Bring both hands down, right foot forward next to left. And let's take that version of crow one more time. Left leg around your left arm. Left foot between the hands from the front. Right knee touches the right arm from behind. Lift your left foot, squeeze that arm. And then lean forward and lift your right foot. Now, if you're going to go further to that half firefly, extend the left leg forward. Take things to where you can go. And then when you're ready, take it through one more vinyasa. Now, once you find your down dog, stay loose here, move around. And then I want to take this right into Firefly. Now keep your hips up high, but walk the feet forward and come into the center of the mat in a forward fold. And let's go ahead and set it up from here. So it's going to be a wide-legged forward fold. So make sure your feet are wider than your hips. Heels in, toes out. Keep your knees bent and keep your legs loose. You don't want to crank into the hamstrings right away. Now what we're going to do here is walk the hands back between your legs. And you want to see that you can keep your fingertips pointed forward. And if that's too much on the wrist, rotate your fingertips to the side, but no more than 90 degrees right or left. When you're ready, walk your hands back. Pull your torso down low between your thighs. You're trying to get your shoulders between your knees or come as close as you can. Now keep your fingertips pressing to the floor. Once you can't fold any deeper, all at once, set your palms flat, bend the elbows, sit on your arms, and squeeze the knees to your shoulders. So ideally, you land with your butt still up off the floor, sitting on the shelf of your arms. Now if your butt's on the floor, you're going to have to do that again, but if you still lift it, see about bringing the feet towards center, maybe hook at the ankles. And you can use that to keep the legs squeezing in. This is your arm pressure pose. If you want Firefly, keep the legs squeezing in, point through the toes, and just straighten out as best you can. You got to keep the inner thighs engaged to hold this. From wherever you are, just go ahead, release, and bring yourself down to a seat. And we'll do one more entry into the same pose from here. Now, even if you're not going to lift completely, this is a good hip opener, so just work the fold as deeply as you can. So keep your knees bent and keep your feet set wide. And then go ahead, fold forward between your thighs. Now with both hands, work the right leg up your right arm. Ideally, you get the knee behind the shoulder. Just get as close as you can. Once that leg's not going any higher, press your right arm into your right leg. Bring the right hand to the floor to keep the leg hooked. And then with your left hand, work your left leg up your left arm best you can. Now, keep the arms pressing into your legs. Keep the legs hooked, both hands down. And then just rock forward and back. Each time you come forward, try to deepen your fold. Now we're going to try to lift this up on 3. So on 3, squeeze the legs in and point through the toes. So from here, 1, 2, on 3, toes forward, lift your seat up off the floor. And then go ahead, bring everything back down, back to your seat. And that is not the easiest lift either, but it comes after a while. Now go ahead and just shake things out a little bit. And you're welcome to work that further. Or you can move on from here. If you're ready to move on, go ahead and cross at the ankles, roll forward, your hands come into all fours. And we'll take this into Gomukhasana. So just bring the right knee forward toward the center of the mat. Right foot moves over to the left side. And then bring the left knee behind the right. So cross your legs together tight, bring your feet out wide. As your legs are squeezing, come down to seated between your heels. And just give yourself a moment to set yourself down, both sit bones down to the floor. Now to take the arm bind, take it from below first. Right arm crosses your low back, palm facing away. With your left hand, reach back. You can find the right wrist, maybe the elbow, anything between. But pull the right shoulder back. Keep your chest open. Keep the shoulders back. And just sit up tall. If you want the full bind, bring the right hand up between the shoulder blades. The left arm comes from above. And then just see about finding that grip somewhere between. Shoulders back, chest open. Keep the legs squeezing together. Keep your feet pressing down into the floor. And just breathe with us here. Now take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just release whatever arm bind you're in. Set your hands down behind you, lean back, untangle your legs. And just cross the ankles, come back to all fours. And let's set it up the other side. So when you're ready, bring your left knee forward to the center of the mat. Left foot over to the right. Bring the right knee behind the left. Squeeze your legs together with the feet wide again. And then come back down to sitting between your heels. And just take a moment, get both sit bones down. Now go sit this up tall to take the half bind. Left arm crosses your low back, palm facing away. With your right hand reach. You can find the wrist, the elbow, anything you can grip. But pull that left shoulder back and sit up tall with your chest still open. If you can take the full bind, left hand up between the shoulder blades. Right arm from above. And again, see about finding that grip somewhere in between shoulders back. Keep your spine tall. Legs squeeze together, feet pressed down into the floor. Just breathe here. Take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, just release your arm bind again. Hands down behind you, lean back, untangle your legs. And then come all the way down onto your back. Now when you're down, pull the knees in close. Squeeze everything down for a moment. And then go ahead, release your grip and bring your feet to the floor. We're going to take one long round of back bending. So I'll start the cueing with bridge, lead it into wheel. You can always take wheel from the beginning if you want to hold that longer. And if you don't want to go too far, you can always stay in bridge. But feet and knees, hips with distance. Bring your heels in close. Your low back starts out basically flat. Arms at your sides, palms down. Keep your gaze high. Now when you're ready, with an inhale, press your feet, lift your hips, squeeze your glutes. And just keep that lift, keep the tension with your hips pressing up. Now if you want to deepen your bridge, you can bring your hands under your hips, maybe interlace the fingers. You can pull the palms toward each other. You can work your shoulders further behind your back to open up your chest. If you want to go further, if you can reach, you can hold your ankles and open everything up even more, hips pressing high. Now, if you're going to take it from bridge to wheel, just keep the hips lifted like this and release your hands. Hands come down around your head. Pressing your palms, you can lift up to the top of your head first, and then straighten your arms when you're ready. Hips toward the ceiling, chest toward the back of the mat. Keep your glutes squeezing. You can always lift your heels if it feels like too much in the low back. But hold that tension in the glutes. And then work to open up your chest. Push your shoulder blades toward each other. And just keep your breathing long and smooth here. When you're ready, bring it all back down to the floor. Once you're down, pull the knees back in. And let's go ahead and take a supine twist. Release your left leg and extend it fully. Left hand to the right knee, right arm out to the side. Now go ahead, pull the right knee across your body, tuck your left hip underneath, keep both shoulders down. And look over to the right. Now find the stretch outer right hip toward your low back. And if you need more, you can press down with the left hand. Maybe extend the right leg. Just take it to where you can go. Take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, just bring it back to center. Draw both knees in. When you're ready, go ahead and switch it out. This time, extend your right leg straight. Right hand to your left knee, left arm to the side. Pull the left knee across your body. Tuck your right hip underneath. Keep both shoulders on the floor. And look over to the left. Find the stretch in the outer left hip toward the low back. If you need more, you can press down with your right hand. And if you want to take it further, maybe extend that left leg. Take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, bring it back to center. Drop both knees in side by side. And let's go ahead and take happy baby. Reach between the knees. Take hold of the outside edges of your feet. Stack your ankles above your knees and pull down. Now draw the knees toward the floor outside your ribs. Press your feet up into your hands at the same time. Keep the tension working both up and down. Flatten your spine, sink your tailbone toward the floor. If you can take it further, just rock a little bit side to side. If you want to go further still, you can extend your legs out against your grip. And then finally, from wherever you are, take a deep inhale here. Draw down as much as you can. And then with the exhale, just release. Extend your legs out fully. Lay your arms at your sides. Open up your palms toward the ceiling. And just let your eyes close here. Let your body settle down into the mat. And then let yourself move bit by bit, fingers and toes, arms and legs. Take a deep inhale, reach your arms out long past your head. And then pull everything in, draw the elbows toward your chest, pull your knees up as well. And find your way up to a comfortable seat. Go ahead, ground yourself into the mat here, stack your spine. And bring your hands up to heart center. Take a deep inhale. Hold on to at the top. And just let everything go. Now, thank you for joining class. Namaste.